Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little Marlowe going to Africa. All day and all night, and everything he sees is just dark like him. Inside, not outside, dark his heart. Some dark little morals and a dark steamboat, and everything is dark for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got no rivets to fix them.
Your heart's done. Your heart's done.
You must be the manager. So you got the boat I've been wanting?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, so when do I get it?
Steam machine broke.
So it's broken. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Okay, how long will it take me to fix it?
2 to 3.
2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months?
Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'll fix the boat, but can you give me the rivets for it?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, it's Marlowe again. So, you got the rivets?
Rivet machine broke.
You know what? You're just useless, man.
Yeah.
What's up, nephew?
I've been doing really good lately. Like, I've been healthy, everyone else is like getting sick and die. I really don't know why. And then like Kurt's bringing all this Ivory in. He's like successful. I don't like Ivory because he's good, so I don't know what to do with it. And then there's like a new guy who's like taking stuff. He's like taking Ivory from Kurt's, and like people are getting mad. And like I think that we should hang him on a string and dangle him. That would be fun. Also, like Kurt's, I'm worried that he might like take my job, and I don't know what to do because I really like my job.
Go with the forest.
Oh God. Well,
Eventually, I did get that boat fixed, and I even got a crew to help me go get Kurtz. So, in terms of the crew, I did have about 20 savages, or they like to call them cannibals, and by they I mean the white people on my boat that served as crew members as well. I found many of the savages quite helpful. In fact, my helmsman was a savage. Not only that, but also the man that I kept in charge of keeping the steamer running in terms of the heat, he was a savage. Although he did believe that the heat was a god, and if he didn't feed it, it would come and burn him alive. But hey, he worked hard. As we drew closer to Kurtz's station, one day my helmsman came and he showed me that there was a little hut in the distance. And knowing my curiosity, I told him to dock, and we checked out the hut. And I sure did find a surprise there.
wow, this house is
It's a hut, man. Well, they left those logs over there, so let's see what we got in this hut over here. There's a little apartment in here. Exterminate all foods.
It's a type of fruit, right? Ow.
Over the days, we had drawn really close to Kurtz's inner station. And it was just one normal day until...
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Savages! I'ma get him! I'ma get him! see anything!
Just keep shooting!
Remember that helmsman I had? Well, during the fight he opened the window and he paid the price.
They're running! Don't let them go!
After I sounded the steamer's horn, the savages began to run and they stopped attacking the ship. Although the crew members really did believe it was them who scared them off, their gunfire, but in reality, all that did was blind us, and every bullet I saw just went above the bushes, didn't hit a single one of them. Also, when my helmsman died, his blood soaked my shoes. I ended up throwing him overboard along with the shoes. It was a sad day. I really did like that guy. As we sailed closer to Kurtz, we did run into an interesting guy, and, well, he was a character.
You're safe! You're safe! It's okay now! You're safe!
So, why?
I was just one of Kurtz's good friends. Let's put it as that.
Alright, man. Well, do you happen to know anything about the little hut we found randomly as we were going by and it had all of Kurtz's stuff?
You found my hut?
Yeah, your hut, the one that was like approach with caution.
Did you see anything in it?
Well, the book.
Oh my god, you have my book.
Yeah, I have your book.
Oh my god.
So, whatever that was, tell me about Kurtz.
Kurtz is a very good friend of mine. He's a very great man, as you've heard. Kurtz is such an amazing man. He has done so many things. He was able to tame these wild Africans and make them into something greater. This man is like my idol. If I was a woman, I would marry him.
So, tell me more about this Kurtz.
Well, Kurtz is just such an amazing guy because he's able to have such great control over the nations. Like, power.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Kurtz is so amazing. He has the power to kill us right now. Stop!
So what is he gonna do?
Up to him. Meet me back at my station, you fools!
That same night, it was midnight when I heard the drums go off. There was a light heading towards the distance, and I had to go check it out. I went into Kurtz's room, and he wasn't there. I got the hint. So I went after him. I looked after whatever I could find, any kind of trails I could find, and sure enough, I found a trail. Kurtz had left on all fours. He was too sick to move on his own. So I just circled around him. And sure enough, I found Kurtz.
Don't try to stop me!
Where are you going?
If I scream, they'll kill you!
I'll beat you if you don't turn back.
Is that a threat?
You'll lose yourself.
Let's go back.
It seemed like Kurtz remembered who he was again, back to being a civil person. I took him on the ship, and, well, things were going good at first. We had Kurtz, mission accomplished. But over the days, Kurtz got sicker and sicker and sicker, and eventually even the steamer broke down. I had to have a talk with Kurtz.
Yes, Kurtz?
I'm gonna die, Marlo.
You're not dying yet. We're gonna get you home, Kurtz.
The horror! The horror!
Those were Kurtz's last words. He died 2 hours later. He gave me his letters and I ended up going back to Europe. I didn't want to stay there in Africa anymore. While I was there in Europe, a bunch of people came up to me, company representative and one of Kurtz's relatives, and I ended up giving them stuff. I gave the company representative Kurtz's book after tearing out the Kill All Brutes. I also gave the cousin the family letters, but I needed to talk to the fiancé, the one that Kurtz really knew, the one that he wrote most of his letters to and needed everything else.
Oh my Kurtz, you were such a virtuous man.
Virtuous, he was, I guess.
I knew him best. What were his last words?
Well, his last words were, your name?
Oh my love, I'll miss him so.
I ended up lying to her. I told her that he said her name as her last words. But in reality, I didn't tell her who Kurtz was and what he really saw. And that's why, at the very end of everything, I too had developed a heart of darkness. We've lost the first to the end. It's funny, because with this water in the clouds, it looks like we're heading into a heart of immense darkness.